good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's special council meeting. We're going to be starting at 6 o'clock promptly, which is when Rogers will begin their taping of tonight's special My Ideal City Council meeting. We have a few minutes in the lead up to tonight's meeting. So if any of you want to, if you haven't already, get pictures of your son or daughter, brother or sister, or niece or nephew, or whoever's here with them. This is your opportunity to do it while everyone's sitting around the council chamber. We'll have a few minutes after the end of the meeting at 6:30, but not many because we need to switch over for the start of our 7 o'clock council meeting at that point in time. We have half an hour for the special council meeting, and the mayor next to me will be leading the tonight's delegation. So it looks like it's going to be a fun discussion. I do want to thank who are here. Loretto, who came out to support this piece this evening. Well, so thank you very much.
Good evening, everybody, including the Rogers 20 viewing audience. Please stand as you are able and join in the singing of O Canada. We are here tonight for a special council meeting as part of the My Ideal City project. Luca, the CAO, can you come up and present your report on dog parks?
We should listen to the public first.
We will now listen to the delegations. Olivia Johnson.
Hello. I'm here to talk about why we should not have a dog park in this local neighborhood. My first idea is that some people do not know whether or not their dog is fit for a dog park. Their dog could become too loud, become aggressive with other dogs, or hurt a human. That could cause major liability issues. My second idea is that the dog park space could be used for other things like housing or office areas. Housing and office buildings both provide property taxes for the city, but with dog parks, the city will be losing money. My third idea is that people may not follow basic dog park rules and not pick up after their dog. Then the city will hire someone to clean it, and it's most likely that they will not do it for free. And because of that, the city will also lose money. My fourth idea is that a sick dog may enter a dog park and get other dogs and humans sick. Because of this, because the owner did not realize their dog was contagious. And dangerous and unfriendly dogs could run loose from the dog park into the local neighborhood because the owner forgot to lock the gate to the dog park, or the dog leapt over the fence because it was not built high enough, or the dog dug a hole underneath the gate and ran loose. My final idea is that dog parks are not safe when a bigger, stronger, and older dog comes across a smaller, weaker, and younger dog. This could put the smaller dog in danger if the bigger dog gets overexcited and physically hurts the younger dog. Thank you.
Thank you, Olivia. Are there any questions? Thank you. Morgan, Garner.
Good evening, City Councilors. My name is Morgan. I'm here to talk about why our city should build a dog park. A lot of people that live in apartment buildings have a dog, and of course do not have a backyard. And if they have a pet dog, they need to exercise it without a leash. Sometimes a simple walk is not enough exercise for your pet. That is exactly what a dog park is for, a place for your dog to run around in and socialize with other dogs. Kids are always told to exercise and be active, and they have sports fields and playgrounds, so I think our dogs should get the same chance. Wild animals run around freely, so why can't our dogs have the same opportunity? A dog park would not cost a lot, a fence and a parking lot. It's not like we're building the Ion train. If there was a dog park, officers would spend their time chasing real criminals rather than chasing loose dogs that barely even cause a problem. We all love our dogs. We want them to be as happy as they can possibly be. Thank you.
Thank you, Morgan. Are there any questions? Councillor Maya?
What about the residents who do not have a dog? Why should they have to pay taxes on other people's dogs?
Is that a question for Morgan? So Morgan?
Dogs have licenses that help pay for a lot of things. Cats don't.
Thank you. Councillor Ben?
How much money a year is needed to maintain a dog park?
That's a question for staff. We'll ask that later. Councillor Collin?
Our other delegation said that it would waste tax money and cost a lot. How are we, and now our other delegation says that it won't cost a lot. How can we be sure it's either?
That's a question for staff as well. We will save that for later. Thank you, Morgan. So now we will go back to Luca and ask him.
I'll come back later with a report.
Can you answer the councillor's questions?
We'll do research and talk to the community for better understanding of the costs.
Thank you. Councillor Ariane?
Well, dog parks aren't needed currently because I think we should make something recreational, like another indoor skating rink where they can teach you how to skate. And I'm concerned about spending money on dog park. This is a good. Yeah.
Ariane, can you hold on to your comments until we have a motion on the floor? Council, how would you like to deal with this? Councillor Ariane?
Well, I have a motion. I have a motion. Well, I defer.
I would like to defer on the motion of the dog park until we have further studies on the impact to the neighborhood and the cost.
I will hold that motion so other counselors can talk first.
Thank you.
Anyone else want to speak? Councillor Maya?
Are we into comments right now?
We are.
I am supportive motion against. And dog parks are great, but it's not the best way to use our green space. We can make a park for all people because dog parks end up turning into a mud pit with a fence. But if we make a park with a trail, then people can walk their dogs, so it's a win-win.
Councillor Ben?
Do we have suitable area for a dog park?
We are in the comments right now. Staff said they would prepare a report for the future.
Okay.
Councillor Sky?
Hello, my name is Sky, and I am representing Zig Yanetsky. I think that we should have more dog parks, and here are my reasons why. I visited the dog park, and I observed that the area is clean because people respect the dog park, and there's garbage bins and a dog bag dispenser. It's also very good that the area is wide so dogs can burn off energy if your dog doesn't have space to run around. While I was there, I observed that both dogs and owners were getting exercise and getting along. It's great how it's safe for all different types of dogs, and the dogs are all kept under control but still free to run around. I admire how they have water pumps to keep the dogs hydrated. My last reason why we should have dog parks is because it's a great social environment and your dogs can learn how to behave and they can communicate. Thank you. Okay, can we just press this?
Thank you. Councillor Griffin?
Honestly, I do not think we need a dog park. First of all, they are way too loud, and dogs will obviously bark at each other. They can get really dangerous, like in 2011 when a dog died at a dog park in Cambridge from another dog. Do we really want that happening in Kitchener? Honestly, I think it's a waste of space. Instead of a dog park, we should put in walking trails or leave it as natural space for wildlife like ducks and bees, because that would help our environment. Or put in skate parks or playgrounds for kids so they can get better exercise outside. It makes unnecessary pollution, because if you go to a dog park, you would probably be driving for about 5 kilometers to get to the dog park, so you will probably putting car fumes into the air for that 5 kilometers. Remember, you can always take your dog around the block too. The rules for a dog park are hard to enforce because who is there watching them? And last of all, the only reason why we need a dog park is because we are making our backyards way too small in all of our new neighborhoods. We should think about animals more, because we could have 2 homes instead of 6 in the same space. If you don't even have a big enough yard for a pet, should you really even have one? That is why we don't need a dog park. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Luna?
I think there should be more dog parks because for dogs, it does not feel good to be on a leash all the time. Dogs should be able to run and roam free. Some people let their dogs run around without a leash in regular parks, and that can be dangerous, especially for small children. I know this from experience because when I was 2 years old, I was playing in my front yard when a dog not much smaller than I was without a leash and jumped on me and scratched my face. Other things to consider is the location of the dog parks. It is better to have many small dog parks compared to few big dog parks. I'd put them at about a 5-minute drive from a community, so the dog parks are not too loud. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Collin.
At first, I was leaning towards no dog park, but then I spoke to a resident of Ward 9, and he told me about the problem of dogs being let off leash at the Island Victoria Park. I would say that we should have a dog park because then it doesn't just benefit dog owners, it benefits the citizens of Ward 9.
Thank you. Councillor Sarah.
I think there should be dog parks. As some other counselors said, dogs don't only need to be walked, they also need a place to run and enjoy themselves off leash. Dog parks keep animals active and makes it able for them to socialize with other dogs. Keeping them cooped up by themselves with just humans isn't good for their mental health. And also, people without large backyards may want to adopt dogs because with dog parks, they have room to take them somewhere and play with them, make sure they have places for them to be active.
Thank you. Councillor Lucas.
I think there should be a dog park because I disagree with Griffin, because even if there was a dog that died in Cambridge, it's the owner probably didn't train him right. And another thing, just walking or your dog around the neighborhood won't really give them exercise. That's why you'll need dog parks to actually let them off their leash and run.
Thank you. Councillor Hanil.
I think we should have a dog park because who would want to be cramped up in a house or a small backyard? And not only that, but if we have a dog park, they can learn to get socially active and get fit.
Thank you. Councillor Ben.
I think there should not be a new dog park because they take up too much space and they cost a lot of money. And they only benefit some people, dog owners. What about other people that don't have dogs? It won't benefit them, and I think that's a waste of money.
Councillor Griffin.
Councillor Lucas, I think you can just take them for more walks instead of just taking them for one. Take them for like 3 a day, which is getting more exercise for you and the dog, so it's a win-win.
Councillor Collin.
Really, it doesn't just benefit dog owners, it benefits everyone because there are many dangers of having a dog off leash. They should always be on leash unless they're in a confined space that is meant for that. If they don't have it meant for that, then they can not get physically active like they're meant to be. So really, you must have a dog park for them to exercise without any problems or injuries.
Thank you. Councillor Lucas.
I still disagree with you, Griffin, because still walking around the neighborhood, no matter how much times, you can still walk around your house like humans, like they still walk around their house and they can still get out of shape. So what you need to do is actually like run them, get them exercise, not just walking around the neighborhood.
Thank you. Councillor Sarah.
A lot of people are saying that why would we build a dog park for people who don't have dogs? It's no different than us building a playground for people who would much rather take a nap, or building hockey rinks for people who don't like to skate, or swimming pools for people who can't swim.
Thank you. Councillor Maya.
I'm barking at 3 in the morning while I'm trying to sleep.
Thank you. Councillor Collin.
I respectfully disagree with you because really, why would there be a dog in a dog park at 3 in the morning? No one would wake up at that time.
What if that's the only time I'm home to walk my dog?
Thank you. Councillor Collin.
Then why do you own a dog?
We're not debating between ourselves, we're debating between the differall. Councillor Lucas?
If we do get a dog park, we should have things where safety procedures, say if the dog were to attack someone, there would be people to patrol around there just in case none of that happens. Hours of operation, so it goes to a certain time, so it doesn't keep people awake up at night, and it doesn't wake them up in the morning, and all stuff like that.
Okay, one last time for Councillor Collin.
Councillor Collin?
I was just thinking we could take away problems if we have a separate area for different sized dogs, and or different hours for different sized dogs to take away problems of dog versus dog.
I think we've all made our comments. Now I will make mine. I know everyone is thinking about the mess dogs make, but really, most owners that go to a dog park will pick up the dog's poop and throw it out in the garbage cans provided. The owners that don't will probably get another person to pick it up, or it will just happen, another person will pick it up without being asked, or it will just decompose into the ground and make soil. As you can tell, I am for more dog parks. As I was told and researched, you could put dog parks in a big community, a small dog park in the middle, and people won't bring their dogs in 3 in the morning to go for a little run. Most people at 3 in the morning will just walk their dogs or just take them out to go do their business. That's all I have to say. Thank you. Councillor Arian for your motion and comments.
Well, I agree with Councillor Griffin about having trails for dogs walking and for wildlife. This is less costly, and there would still be money for recreational places like ice rinks and instructors.
Now we will have the vote on the deferral. Councillor Maya, you have a question?
Madam Mayor, can we have a recorded vote?
Yes. I notice we don't have a seconder for the deferral motion. Who wants to second it? Councillor Griffin?
Yeah, I did.
Councillor Griffin?
Okay, at the Huron Natural area, after the winter months, there's so much dog poop. When the snow melts, we need more responsible dog owners to clean up their poop. And I agree with the motion by Councillor Arian.
We now have to have our vote. If I can ask people to press one of the flashing buttons.
I defer on the motion of the dog park until we have further studies on the impact of the neighborhood and the cost.
You support waiting. If you vote no, you want to make a decision tonight.
If you vote yes, you support waiting. If you vote no, you support making a decision tonight. If you haven't voted yet, please do so. Those who supported deferral, raise your hands. Those who voted against, raise your hands. The motion fails. Is there another motion? CAO Luca.
Madam Mayor, we need the council to approve to decide on approval in principle. And then I can report back.
Councillor Griffin.
I think that we don't build any more dog parks and worry about humans more. That's my motion. Oh.
Does someone want to move approval in principle?
Oh, is that what?
That you don't have any more dog parks. Well, we already did it.
Is there a second differ to that motion? The motion is no more dog parks. Councillor Maya.
You say we'll vote.
We will vote on that motion. So the motion is to not have any more dog parks. If you vote yes, that will mean no more dog parks. If you vote no, that will mean more. We'll decide it tonight.
Raise your hand.
All those in favor, raise your hands.
Raise your hands.
All those opposed, raise your hands. The motion fails.
Councillor Lucas.
I will now take another motion. Councillor Lucas.
I have an amendment to the main motion. For the dog park. The proposed dog park should have controls to protect the dogs, their owners, and the general public. These should be hours of operation, 7 to 7, patrols in case of emergencies, fines for dogs that are off their leash outside of the dog park.
I can see this meeting is running late, like a regular council meeting. Thank you, Councillor Lucas, for your motion. Is there a seconder? Councillor Sky is seconding the motion. We are going to vote again. If you vote yes, that means we're going to support Councillor Lucas. If you vote no, we will try again.
Raise your hand.
All those in favor, raise your hand. All those opposed, raise your hand. Motion carries. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of this meeting tonight. Thank you to Carrie and Helen from the Kitchener Citizen for supporting this project. Thank you to our teachers and parents for your support. Thank you to the mayor and council and Amy from the mayor's office. Motion to adjourn. Moved by Councillor Griffin. Second by Councillor Ben. All in favor? Opposed? That's carried. We're adjourned.
Turn on. Thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this, and hopefully all of our young politicians enjoyed this as well. It was great because my mayoral colleague here on the weekend asked me, "So what do I need to do to run for mayor?" So I sent her some detailed instructions of things to think about. Before we leave, I'd like to ask all of the new council and the older council to gather around this end of the horseshoe, because Carrie would like to take a group picture with everybody.